All right, so I'm in a weird mood. I just woke up like maybe 20 minutes ago, and I had weird nightmares, weird dreams. Like at one point in the middle of the night, I woke up and like I didn't know where I was, and I didn't know like what was going on. It was kind of scary. That happens sometimes, but yeah, so I woke up, I'm chilling, I got my celery juice, and like I have a lot on my mind, so I'm like, let's just talk about it. So I definitely should have probably scheduled a therapy appointment this week, but my therapist and I now do like every other week, just because I've gotten to a place where I'm more stable, which I'm very grateful for, but I kind of need it this week. Because tomorrow is a like trauma anniversary for me, and like this week is just hard for me, and like my body feels it, because like, you know, your body remembers stuff even if you don't. Like my body just feels it. Like I woke up and I just feel so heavy, and like my brain fog is like really bad, and like I just feel bad. So this week, actually tomorrow, I believe, I'm officially 5 years in remission from my chronic illness, systemic scleroderma. And when I was announced to be in remission, I also stopped the chemo treatments at the time, also called Methotrexate, which is like a really low dose of chemotherapy. And I would take it every week. And that medication absolutely destroyed my body. And I'm still trying to heal from what it's done to my body. And if you know me personally, my personal life, and I do want to talk more about it online, I've changed my diet like so drastically. Like in the new year, I'm going raw vegan, but right now I'm vegan and gluten-free. But in the new year, I'm going to go raw vegan, and just going vegan has it saved my life. Like I feel so much more clear-headed and focused, and I really want to make a whole video about this because I feel like a lot of people are interested and they ask me about the differences, but my relationship with food has been crazy. I wouldn't say I've ever had an eating disorder, and I'm very grateful, but I would overeat a lot. Like I would just overeat and overeat, and I was trying to fill a hole that I feel like I couldn't fill. And after going vegan, like now that I eat these vegan meals that are plant-based, like super duper nutrient rich meals, I finally feel like when I eat a meal, like I feel like I don't want more, like I'm satisfied and I can go on to my next task. Like I'm not hyper focused on wanting more. Cause like if I would eat like a bag of, what was something I really liked when I ate junk food? I really liked like Trader Joe's like white puff popcorn, like their white cheddar puff popcorn, or I liked purple Doritos. I liked just like junk food. Whenever I'd eat it, I don't know what it is about me, but I have such a huge appetite. I've always had a huge appetite. Like I always eat like the same servings as my dad. Like I'm just like a black hole when it comes to food. So I could sit down and eat like a whole bag of like family-sized Doritos. Oh, you know what's my weakness? Jalapeno Cheetos. Like the green bag Cheetos. Oh, those are so good. But the thing is I would buy a family-sized bag and I'd sit down to watch a movie and I'd eat the whole thing. And then I'd want more. And then I'd think about, oh, when am I going to buy my next bag? And then I'm so going off topic, but I do want to talk about this in another video because it's just so interesting how like my eating habits and stuff has changed since I went vegan. But anyways, I feel like not like myself this morning, and today's December 11th, and December 12th is like a really just crazy trauma anniversary for me because 5 years ago, my doctors told me that I was able to get off of my methotrexate, and that medicine, like I said, like destroyed my body. Like to this day, I'm still trying to heal myself, and that's why I changed my diet, because, you know, I feel like food absolutely has the power to change your diet. Like, I'm not going to be healing myself if I eat, you know, junk food all the time, so that's why I changed my diet. But yeah, so not only on December 12th, 5 years ago, I was announced in remission, but I think 3 years ago on December 12th, I thought I was dying. Like, I thought, it's hard to talk about because it's, but I do want to talk about it. But, yeah, 3 years ago on December 12th, I was like, I had a panic attack so bad. Basically what happened is I had a panic attack so bad that I had to go to the ER, and they had to like sedate me, and they had to like strap me down because I was freaking out. And it was very, 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 very traumatic, just because I was just not myself, and I was freaking out, and it was awful. So I think my body remembers that. That's why I feel very tense and very anxious today, and then tomorrow is going to be hard. I need to figure out what I'm doing tomorrow. I might go see my boyfriend. It's just hard, and I feel like keeping it in and not talking about it just makes it worse. And I love being vulnerable. I love being an open book. I love talking about my struggles. If I could help people through it, I love talking about my struggles. I'm just an open book. If you guys have any questions or anything about, I mean, I don't know. I talk about specific stuff, but I also just talk about, I don't know. But yeah, 5 years in remission. That's the title of this video. That's what I'm going to call this video. 5 years in remission. So I do want to talk about what's changed between being announced in remission versus my life back then versus now, and what has changed. So lots of things have changed. So 2019, at this point, I was on Methotrexate. And when I say remission, I mean like the combination of my disease has stopped, and also I can stop the chemotherapy. Those have happened on the same days. That happened on the same day. Excuse me. So, sorry if I'm pausing a lot. It's just like I'm trying to remember. It's hard to talk about. Pardon me. I'm just remembering all these things. Like, you don't remember it until you try to think about it, and it's just like hitting me all at once. So, back in high school, back in 2019, I would take methotrexate injections into my thighs, in the sides of my thighs. I'd inject them. With the methotrexate, we'd switch thighs every week, so, you know, that just one thigh wouldn't get like all of this chemotherapy. Starting with that, literally my thighs would get so bruised, like they would bruise and then the bruises would not heal, like for months / to this day. Like I still have a couple like darker spots on my thighs, and it's been 5 years. Isn't that crazy? And so basically doing the injection every week killed the tissue on the sides of my thighs. So like touching my thighs, like the sides of my thighs to this day, like they're so sensitive and they just hurt, and it's just like awful. So I think doing the literally injectable like poison into my thighs, I think that killed some tissue and stuff. So that's great and super fun and awesome. But before that, before I took the injectable form of the methotrexate, I took like the tablet form where you chew and swallow. Never do that. Never take oral chemotherapy, because that made me develop burning mouth syndrome and receding gums. Like this tooth right here, the gum has receded so much that like my nerves are exposed. So that's fun. I actually just went to the dentist yesterday and he was like, you need to get, like, he's like, the receding is lower than it was last time we saw you and you need to go get a skin graft. Like, to put a piece of, like, gums over that. And I'm like, okay, great. So that's fun. But, yeah. Oh, this is my, I'm just playing with this glove, but I, like, put lotion on my hands and then I put gloves, like, cotton gloves on when I sleep sometimes to get, like, super soft hands. So, oh, sorry. Yeah, so the injectables, I would do that in my thighs. I kind of want to compare, like, then versus now. So I would say, like, then, like, I would always have bruises on my thighs. Like, always have bruises on my thighs. And now, like, even if I brush my thighs against something, like, it's just so painful. It's such a weak point for me. And it's both thighs that hurt. Like, even touching it now, oh my gosh. Even touching it now, it's just, like, it just, like, killed all of the good tissue, so it just hurts. Anyways, yeah, because even my boyfriend's, like, you know, like, ran his hand, like, on my thigh, or just, like, touched my thigh, like, just to hold me, and I'm like, don't do that, that hurts. Or just me bumping it against, like, walls and stuff, it's super painful. Yeah, and whenever I do get bruises on my thighs, like, they do not heal for months. So, yeah, I'll just stop talking about that. But, yeah, so, what else? Look, every aspect of my health has changed pretty much in the past 5 years. I've been vegetarian, or pescatarian, which means I've been pescatarian since middle school, since 2014. So this year is actually 10 years that I didn't eat meat. But, yeah, back in 2022, I went gluten-free. And then I think April of 23, I went vegan. So it's been about a year and a half, almost 2 years that I've been vegan. And then in the new year, I'm actually going to go raw vegan because each step that I've taken with my diet and my health, like, I've noticed such, like, a dramatic improvement in my mental health, my physical health, my memory, my body, like, my acne, my just energy, just everything. Also, sorry about this lighting. Ooh, great. I hope it goes behind a cloud. And I do want to talk about that in another video, but this is specifically about, like, my remission and stuff. And I think a big part of why I feel so good right now is because of the celery juice that I drink every morning. Because it's just amazing. I've learned so much about celery juice and it's helped me so much. And not only is it, like, cleansing, but it helps your body absorb the nutrients that you eat throughout the day as well. So yeah, I need to try to stay on topic. It's just hard because this is such a heavy subject and I'm trying to wrap my mind around what I want to talk about. I'm going into this with, like, no notes. I'm just like, hey guys. See if I can change this lighting a little bit. That did not help. Well, it kind of did. So 5 years in remission. I had someone ask me at the Scleroderma conference that I spoke at in summer of 2023. I was a speaker, and scleroderma is the disease that went into remission. You can Google it. I had systemic scleroderma. There's different kinds, but basically your body produces too much collagen, and it causes, like, thick, shiny skin, but it can also affect your organs. Like, it can cause the collagen to build up on your organs, and then your organs stop working. So that's awful. So at the conference that I spoke at in 2023, this woman came up to me after I spoke, and I was just telling about my story and stuff like that. she came up to me because I told everyone I was in remission, and she was like, is there anything specific that you did, or like she was like, why did you go into remission, like what did you do? Because I guess at this point, like, a lot of the people that were there, like, their disease was active, and I have been literally thinking about that every single day, because I don't know what I did. Like, I don't know. Okay, with what I've learned now, with all the research I've done, I believe a lot of chronic illnesses, if not all of them, I mean, I would say some of them obviously are not due to this reason, but I would say a lot of chronic illnesses are due to diet choices and nutrient deficiencies, because the standard American diet has so much just garbage in it, like processed fillers, like you think you're eating fruit, but it's processed fruit concentrate, which it's just not, it's basically not fruit anymore. You know, a lot of people don't remember the last time they ate a fresh fruit. Like, I would say, like, just, I mean, I've my brain is just all over the place, but I would say most chronic illnesses and ailments can be helped with, you know, changing your diet and stuff. So with saying that, at the time I went into remission in 2019, my diet was absolute garbage, which is why I'm kind of confused, but very grateful. Like, I'm very grateful, obviously, that, you know, I'm in remission and stuff. Knock on wood. But, like, at the time when my disease was active, my doctors, which I laugh now at the time that they even said this, but with the methotrexate, the side effects it would give me would be absolutely awful. Like, I would get migraines so bad that I would not, I would miss school, I would miss social events. Usually I'd take the medication on Sunday, and then I would not be at school Monday and Tuesday just because I was in bed with horrible migraines. Like, I would take the injection, and then it would just be, like, migraine, like a horrible migraine. And so I talked to my doctors about this, and they're like, oh, if you want to combat the migraines, you got to take folic acid. And, like, I did not really take my folic acid. Also, there's different types of folic acid. There's other types that are absorbed better, stuff like that. And basically my healthcare from these doctors was not nutrient-based, when I personally believe that healthcare should be nutritional based. Like, if I come to you with, like, if I go to my doctor with an issue, like, I want to be told what to eat. And that's not the standard in, you know, American healthcare, but that's just my personal opinion. Anyways, at the time I went into remission, I think my disease hadn't progressed in a couple years. And I personally think I was on the methotrexate too long, and I think that's why I was, that's why I'm dealing with all these side effects today, still, that I'm trying to heal. So, what was I on? I was on a track somewhere. Oh, my diet when I went into remission was horrible. Like, literally, if I had $1 for every Breadco mac and cheese that I bought, I would be so rich. Because, like, every day, like, at this time I worked at Plato's Closet, so I did have a job, and some days I would call off sick because I had a headache from my medicine, stuff like that. But I would constantly, like, next door to Plato's Closet was Subway, but, like, Subway also made pizzas. It's not a Subway anymore. It's, like, a weird building right now. Rest in peace, Subway. But literally for work, for my break, I would go over there and I would get Subway pizza, which is obviously not healthy for you at all. It's got cheese, it's fried, it's got this and that. The grease was dripping off of it. I would have that pretty much every time I worked. And then for school, I would always get, in the mornings, I would get the Breadco, which, for those of you who don't live in St. Louis, Breadco is Panera. Panera's based in St. Louis, and we all call it Breadco. You know, Panera, Breadco, whatever. I would get bread co every morning. I would always get the chai tea latte and then the breakfast croissant. And I don't know if I got anything else. But chai tea latte, that was bad for me to have because that was dairy and caffeine. Caffeine is absolutely horrible for me. Please do not give me caffeine. I will literally be, like, I will freak out. Because my friend Nancy accidentally gave me a drink with caffeine in it, and I got so sick. I got so sick. I thought I was going to pass out. Like, it was horrible. My head was spinning. It was absolutely awful. So don't give me caffeine. And then... yeah, my diet back in high school was terrible. I'd get bread co all the time. I'd get bread co mac and cheese all the time. It would just be like dairy, gluten. Like it would just be carbs. And I was not eating any fresh fruit, no fresh vegetables, no, like not enough water. Like I was just eating like garbage. And at this time I went into remission and I was like so overwhelmed with the fact that like my life opened up to me because I spent the first 19 years of my life. Well, I've been on this medication since I was 5, so basically 14 years. I spent 14 years of my life just in bed. Like, I was bedbound because of these migraines. And it was just awful. And I was just overwhelmed with joy at the fact that, you know, I could stop this medication and I could have, like, days and times back. And, like, I wouldn't have to spend my weekends in bed. Like, I could go out and do stuff. And so that was overwhelmingly awesome, and I was particularly excited at the fact that I could, like, play guitar and play music, and I still want to be a musician, but that's kind of, like, I'll get there when I get there, you know, like my guitar's not going anywhere, I'll get there when I get there. Yeah, so 5 years in remission. That woman asked me if there's anything in particular I did, and that I still think about it to this day because, like, I don't know. Because my diet was garbage. And I just don't know. And they don't know what causes my disease either. And, yeah. I have so much, like, medical lore. I don't even know where to start except for the fact that, like, I was definitely on the medication too long, and, like, I guess I could talk about, like, what it's done to my body. It like, totally destroyed the enamel in my teeth. I used to get cavities all the time, like, oh my gosh, like, all my teeth are basically, not all my teeth, like, most of my back teeth are just fillings, because the methotrexate destroyed the enamel in my teeth. And then literally, it's so effing funny. It's so effing funny. It's hilarious. It's funny how my next dentist appointment after I stopped taking the methotrexate, because up to that point, every single dentist appointment was, oh, you got a new cavity. And I have dentist appointments every 6 months. So every appointment after, whenever I was on the methotrexate, it'd be, oh, you got a new cavity. Literally the first appointment that I had after I stopped the methotrexate, I had no cavities. Like, and, like, when you get on this medication, like, your doctors don't tell you that, like, this medicine is literally going to destroy your body. So that's fun. My hair grows faster now. I used to have, joint pain. I don't really have joint pain anymore. Yeah. Oh yeah, and also during the time I was taking it orally, taking it orally destroyed the nerves in my mouth and my throat, so they gave me burning mouth syndrome, which is so fun. Yeah, I still deal with that to this day. That's my biggest health issue that I'm trying to heal right now. And this past month, I was, like, so energetic, like, so pain-free. Like, I still am, mostly. I mean, my mouth's burning a little bit right now. But, there's so much I could just, my mind's all over the place. But, yeah, so I'm just grateful that I was able to get the healthcare that I needed. And, you know, when I got on this medication, I was 5 years old, so my mom was doing what was best for me, and my parents decided I mean, not just my mom, both my parents, they decided what was best for me, and at the time, I guess that's what was best for me and stuff like that, but I think my doctors definitely could have treated it better, and now my healthcare that I, like, do with myself, because I freaking hate Western medicine, oh my gosh, freaking awful, dare I say, like, a hellscape, you know, and ask anyone with medical issues, like, the American healthcare system is so effed up. So, I mean, I could talk about that too, but just, I was on the medication for too long and it destroyed my body for longer than it should have, and I can't undo the past, so I'm trying to heal right now, like in the future. That's why I'm like so strict with my diet. I do my celery juice every morning, and I can't wait to go raw vegan just to see what it does with my diet and my health and my body. I do want to post more on YouTube, and I do like these like super chill talking videos. Like, I'm gonna keep it so real. I don't like editing YouTube videos. I don't like the process of like, because it kind of kills the fun. Like, this is the fun part. And then like if I go like, I don't know, just like uploading it and editing it and doing all that, like that's just, also, I'm sorry about this lighting. It's just like, it kills the fun for me. So, I don't really know what else to talk about because it is kind of hard to talk about, but I do like talking about it. But I am 5 years in remission. My cavities, I don't have as many cavities. I'm stronger. I literally don't get migraines at all anymore. I'm currently healing my body through my diet and through my supplements I take. I'm on so many supplements, and they helped me tremendously. And I'm just very grateful that I'm able to be in remission. And yeah, I know this is already a long video, but I guess I'll end it there. I guess thank you for listening. I was just kind of, spilling my thoughts and stuff. If you guys have any questions or anything, let me know. I'd love to make more videos about this. And I do want to make a video about, like, my celery juice, because this has changed my life. This liquid right here changed my life. And then I also want to do, like, raw vegan updates, like 1 month raw vegan update, 2 months raw vegan update, because I just want to, like, compare how I feel now versus at the end of this year. Like, I want to see how I am a year from now, you know? But yeah, I'll end it here. I know this is a long video. Thank you for listening. Let me know if you guys want to hear anything else from me, and I appreciate you listening.